Dwarf Bulbob. For a blissful bisque, mince the entire beast finely and stir in with heavy cream, artichoke hearts and a pinch of black pepper. Heat slowly until piping hot. Rich and creamy. Albino Dwarf Bulbob. Peel off the skin, starting at the tail end. Then slice thinly and boil in a pot of heavily salted water. Serve immediately. Bulbob. Plump specimens are best spit roasted whole, stuffed with a lime and a slab of bacon. Baste frequently to ensure a magnificently moist haunch. Jumbo Bulbob. It's large creature, but the meat is tender and flavorful. It's impossible to eat in one sitting, so store some portions for later. Coat the fattier meat in cooking oil and freeze. Leaner cuts should be smoked. Dwarf Orange Bulbob. Although difficult to prepare, this exquisite creature is more than worth the effort. Great in fajitas. Orange Bulbob. This bulbob's meaty flanks make for deliciously savory steaks that shouldn't be missed. Dwarf Bullbear. Remove innards, stuff with sage and finely aged prosciutto and broil until golden brown. The ultimate crowd pleaser. Spotty Bullbear. For an unrivaled green curry, peel away the bullbear skin, pulverize the juicy innards, and stew until curiously fragrant. Also, by the way, I just realized I didn't start recording for Louie's. I didn't start recording for Louie. That means I have to download the stream. No. Let me do a highlight and directly import it to YouTube as I have done for the Kingdom Hearts series. Just a thought that I say out loud so I don't forget. Oh god, I'm so clumsy sometimes. I was getting excited to do this one, so yeah. I'll just hydrate for now. Take a short break here. Oh, it's way too hot. Just let me drink some water instead. Alright, continue. Dwarf Frosty Bulbob. A sweet and savory meat that pairs well with a simple green salad. Frosty Bulbob. Sear the rich and fatty meat on both sides in a dab of butter, then sprinkle generously with fresh thyme. For those who prefer leaner cuts, I recommend the tip of the nose. Fiery Bulbox. No stove? No problem. This sizzling beast practically cooks itself. Remember to thoroughly extinguish the steaks prior to eating. Whip tongue Bulbob. Pat the tongue dry, then coat all sides with a spicy dry rub of your choice. Grill over high heat until the outside is perfectly crisp. Bulbob Lover. This meager creature offers little meat, but its eyeballs are a local delicacy. Try them with okra and a dollop of sour cream. Empress Bulblax. For a sophisticated delicacy, make a pâté de foie gras from this massively obese creature's liver and spread it over a sesame cracker. Emperor Bulblax. To prep the tongue for cooking, marinate in olive oil and chop into cubes. Stir in a pot with carrots, potatoes, and chives. Cover and simmer over low heat for several hours. Accompany this with mouth-watering rustic stew with a hearty roll. So rainbow legs. For a light appetizer, pluck the ferns off its back and lightly cook to remove any astringent flavor. The tongue, eyes, lips, meat, and fat are very tasty and can be prepared in a variety of ways. Mature specimens have a more highly developed umami flavor. Fiery blowhawk. Roast this flavory beast for several hours, letting it stew in its own succulent juices. Don't worry about overcooking this beast, it's scorch proof. Watery blowhawk. This beast's unrivaled moistness gives it a melt in the mouth quality that's incomparable. Snowy blowhawk. Sprinkle lightly with salt and eat while the ice pack is still fresh and crunchy. Just one bite will give you the most satisfying brain freeze. Titan blowhawk. Creature too large to easily carve. Bigger is not better in this case. Blizzard and blowhawk. Scrape the interior of its elongated nose with a spoon for a quick dessert of meaty shaved ice. Add a drizzle of sashimi grade soy sauce to take it up a notch. Tossed blowhawk. Stew with root veggies, wild greens and a bit of miso for a mouth-watering and rustic flavor. Drain all the blood beforehand to avoid that gamey smell. Almond cannon lava. Carefully remove every grain of sand, peel back the exoskeleton and slurp heartily, or deep fry it too. Horned cannon beetle. Drop into boiling water and let it cook until the shell turns red. Remove from the pot and peel. Sprinkle the drained meat with rock salt. Arctic cannon lava. Peel back the shell and sprinkle the tender meat with a dash of salt before slurping it up raw. For a refreshing dessert, pour fruit juice over the snowballs. Arctic cannon beetle. Boil the meaty legs until fully cooked, then drizzle with a generous amount of lemon juice. Once the juice has seeped its way into the muscle fibers, suck the meat out of the shell with one big slurp. Female sheargrub. For an unforgettable quiche, slice this creature up and mix with 4 eggs, 2 wine-ripened tomatoes, diced zucchini, and generous handfuls of feta and Swiss. Bake until crusty and golden. This beast is most flavorful if caught and cooked just after laying its eggs. Male sheargrub. Spread several specimens in the bottom of a casserole dish, layer with sliced avocado, and top with cheese. Bake until the meat is cooked through and the cheese is lusciously browned. Mama sheargrub. Best enjoy when big and round and full of eggs. Salt lightly, then grill. The squishy, sticky mouthfeel will have you coming back for more. Shearwig. Grate this beast into zest and whisk with sugar, cream, and chopped dark chocolate for a lusciously indulgent mousse. That's a true culinary coup de grace. Shearflea. Salty, sour, and sometimes sweet. The flavor changes depending on which living creature it's fed from most recently. Joust mud. Boil in the shell with a pinch of salt until bright red, then serve piping hot with tartar sauce. Flighty joust mud. Remove shell, roast over a low flame, then grind meat. Whisk paste into olive oil until emulsified. An extra dash of cumin lends some earthiness to the spicy salad dressing. Swooping snitchbug. Remove the wings, marinate a well-marbled steak for several hours in a chipotle marinade, then charbroil to perfection. Skitterleaf. The superb amalgamation of juicy meat and leafy greens ensures that the skitterleaf will be the new spinach. Desiccated skitterleaf. No preparation needed to enjoy this flavorful beast. Its natural crunch gives way to an intriguing mouthfeel. Fiery Duel. The search for a gourmet, high-protein salad topping alternative to bacon bits is over. Grind this spicy doable into tasty micro chunks, then toss them generously over your salad to add instant flair and flavor. Anode Dweeble. Raw anode Dweeble makes for an unforgettable sushi treat, but if it is not prepared by an expert hand with exacting precision, consumption could lead into jolting electrical explosion of apocalyptic proportion. Hydro Dweeble. Inedible. Effects of consumption include uncontrollable arm flailing and enthusiastic dishwashing. Hey, Ice blown Dweeble. Soak the legs in fruit juice and freeze. Serve as a refreshing ice pop. Venom Dweeble. Exposure to even extreme heat doesn't seem to rid this creature of deposits of potent gas. It's probably best for everyone if you avoid eating this hazardous fare. Arachnode. Pluck off the legs, crack open and savor the meat inside. Dip them in soy sauce first for a nice mix of sweet and salty. Baldy longlegs. Not as tasty as it looks, completely inedible. Man at legs. Although the meat is a bit on the metallic side, the oil makes a mouth-watering gravy or lubricative vinaigrette. Groovy longlegs. This creature is mostly tendon, so it often gets stuck in your teeth. Smells like burnt plastic or possibly metal. But dude, that's all metal. Why would you even try to eat it? How would you even... I don't even know how you would slice this guy up. Anode beetle. Drain the electrical charge before boiling. Although it is possible to eat an anode beetle while it is charged, doing so may result in an unpleasant tingling sensation. Iridescent flint beetle. An essential flavor accentuating ingredient in gumbo and jambalaya. Also delicious in soups, broths and marinades. Doodlebug. Looking for a flavor that will surprise and delight your guests? The beast's aroma may surprise your guests, but it won't be delightful. Iridescent clay beetle. This precious treat is exceptionally rare. I could sell it back at home for a fortune. Then I could use the cash to upgrade my kitchen, buy galactic class ingredients and even star in my own cooking show, The Insect Gourmet. Medard. Flash fry with garlic and red chilies in a hot pan, then sprinkle with grated gorgonzola. Some dinner guests may find the legs unappealing, so it's best to remove them before serving. Scottichuck. An acquired taste, but it's really quite addictive once you get used to it. No special preparations necessary. skate. The extremities cannot be used for food, but you can drink the liquid inside for zesty beverage. Oh my god, I messed that up so much, sorry. Skate. Even after draining the mud, its texture remains gritty. Chew it for long enough and your teeth will get a good scrub in. White Spectolids. Remove the wings and drop straight into the deep fryer. Cook until golden or until the enticing aroma starts to sting your eyes. Serve immediately. Yellow Spectolids. For a tasty appetizer, clip wings into a batter and fry. Can also be used to season stews and soups. Remember to first remove its bitter innards. Red Spectolids. Spread larvae on a slice of toast for a spicy protein-packed breakfast, or fry up the wings at any time of the day for a sweet and crunchy snack. Snowflake Fluttertail. Dice fine leaf or puree to make a meaty sorbet. Add a tiny drizzle of fruit sauce for some punch. Pluck the wings and antennae beforehand to use as a garnish if you want to get fancy. Creeping Chrysanthemum. When thinly sliced, this predator-sliceable bulb makes a sumptuous pizza topping. Startle's Bow. If you can successfully remove the tongue's poison glands, you'll enjoy a rare opportunity to appreciate the umami synergy of the mushroom and the meat combo. Breadbug. Breadbugs are hearty and nutritious, but also blunt and unimaginative. They may be palatable in a pinch, but they hold no true culinary promise. Giant breadbug. Although cooking this colossal beast yields a mountain of meat, every ounce of it is flavorless. Only suitable for intergalactic all-you-can-eat buffets. Gilliponway. Heat the golden crystals on its back until they melt into a caramel sauce. Flip the creature upside down and bake until the skin develops a crunchy candied crust. Gildemonte. The meat gives off a faint aroma similar to a hot pepper. The flavor itself is subtle and elegant. Char grill the lantern until blackened, and you've got a nutritional superfood. Miniature Snootwhacker. Gently peel the skin back from the nose. Its meat has a grassy bitterness. Tastes like cucumber. Mammoth Snootwhacker. The bitter flavor fades as they grow, replaced by a sweet mellow aroma. Stew the base of the trunk, grill the middle, or smoke the tip. The possibilities are endless. Sun Squish. Season with salt and pepper. Fulix. Gently remove the jellied parts. Add fruit and the sweetener of your choice, then serve as a gelatin dessert. Downy Snagrid. Grind up the meat and cartilage, then mold into meatballs. The tender texture of the meat contrasts nicely with the crunchy, chewy cartilage bits. Burning Snagrid. Slice the serpentine torso into thin medallions. Skewer on a metal rod with hocotate onions and barbecue over on open flame. Battlecloth. Breast, thighs and wings can be baked, roasted or fried. The rest of the carcass is great for flavoring a rich soup stock. Scorch cake. Remove the internal meat and place directly on the shell while it's still smoldering to cook. It almost smells better than it tastes. Shock cake. Saute in butter and cover with a sauce made from the green liver paste. Anyone with a highly developed palate will enjoy the slightly bitter flavor profile. Freeze cake. The meat under the icy side of the shell is quite muscular, while the other side is nice and fatty. Two great tastes in one. Pastel. Flip upside down and cook cap over a charcoal grill, low and slow. Once it starts to sweat, it's ready to eat. Toadstool. Bury underground for about 40 days so the poison can leach out. Its smell will make you gag, but the flavor has notes of chocolate. Moldy dwarf bulbob. Tastes best if eaten just before the meat spoils. Once all the mold has been removed, enjoy a unique flavor reminiscent of dry aged meat. Moldy sludge. After removing the poison, the broth is fragrant and savory. Don't drink too much or you'll find yourself with a crippling tummy ache. Pyroclasmic sludge. Remove the tongue and discard the rest. Cook over a charcoal grill until medium rare. Bearded ampred. Pan roast the thighs with sprigs of rosemary and whole garlic cloves. Finish with a squeeze of fruit juice to highlight the subtle notes of the lingering electricity. Mamuta. Inedible. Tastes like chicken. Porquillo. Cut the meat into 4 even slices. Dip slices into a beaten egg, then dredge in breadcrumbs. Fry over low heat. Honey wisp. Although the eggs are small, the yolk has a distinctly bold and tangy flavor. Try tossing a few in a pan along with your choice of meat and fresh vegetables, and cook up a country scramble. Puffy blowhog. Slice this creature's feather-like skin into triangles, deep fry until crispy, and salt generously. Makes the perfect scooping chip to accompany fresh mango salsa. Icy blowhog. Has the consistency of candy-coated chewing gum and leaves a refreshing mentholated aftertaste. Withering blowhog. Hang this creature on a rack and sun dry on a hot afternoon. When suitably crisp, grind the sun-dried beast into powder. Makes a great substitute for cayenne or curry powder. Lesser spotted jelly float. Similar in taste and texture to gelatin, this jiggling mass of jelly can be sculpted into all kinds of creative shapes. As a bonus, it also doubles as professional grade hair gel. It's the perfect cool summer treat. Greater spotted jelly float. Like a fine cheese, the aroma of this fluid floater can be oppressive, but its flavor must be experienced to be believed. Also makes an unforgettable non-dairy spread. Walpole. Walpoles can be eaten raw, but they are much more flavorful when steamed or grilled. Also heavenly in risotto. Feel free to experiment with this lush ingredient. Yellow vollywop. Coat in a thick batter and deep fry for a down-home flavor you won't soon forget. Volleyhop. Volleyhops are best ground up, shaped into a patty and flame broiled on a grill. Slap on tomato slices, lettuce, onions and ketchup, then slide the patty between a sesame seed bun for the ultimate beef burger experience. Chili hop. Remove the tender meat surrounding the eyes and stew with soy sauce. The collagen fibers are simply melt in your mouth delicious. What game? This is Pikmin 4. I've been streaming this for a while and finished the 100% playthrough with the platinum medals. Full playlist on YouTube. Master hop. Meat can be consumed if first dehydrated with a lot of salt, but the eyeballs and the legs are the best parts. Water dumple. Deep fried dumples without batter for all of the flavor with half the fat. Puckering blino. Slice raw and serve as sashimi. The marbled fat gives this dish a deep umami flavor. Prickle puff. Remove the poisonous internal organs, then slice thinly and serve as sashimi. The firm meat is brimming with umami flavor, pairs well with a light refreshing citrus vinaigrette. Model pose. Perfect for make-ahead meals. Marinate the boiled meat in balsamic vinegar and chill for a few hours. The longer you let it sit, the richer the flavor. Aristocrat offspring. Throw a mountain of aristocrat offspring into a pot for a yummy and simple miso soup broth. Peckish aristocrat. Great for hot pot. Remove the shell and cook legs in the hot broth. When they turn nice and red, pull them out and slather in liver paste before eating. Grub chucker. Pluck off the lips and serve with lemon and salt as an appetizer. Coat the arms and legs with plenty of miso for a full course dinner in a shell. Hermit chromad. Shuck from the shell, bake on the high heat until crispy, then dip in a pot of melted milk chocolate. Lip-smacking sweet. Bug-eyed chromad. When grilled, serves as an excellent filling for an offbeat po' boy. If you have any left over, add it to a liver paste to deepen the flavor. Crusted rump-up. The tip of the tail tastes almost fruity, with notes of sweet and sour. Pairs well with soft ripened cheeses. Pearly clamp lamp. Heat in the shell over a strong fire to bring out the umami-rich juices. Finally mince the mantle and toss with noodles, topped with sesame seeds. Toady Bloister. Pan sear with herbs and oil until lightly crusted on the outside and rosy on the inside. Complement the savory flavors with a light and buttery creme sauce. Bloom cap bloister. The fatty muscle that controls those undulating motions must be eaten fresh. All that quick movement means the meat toughens quickly. Bog swallow. Leave it out overnight to drain the mud from the carcass. When ready to eat, cut into rings, then grill over high heat. The more you chew it, the more flavorful it becomes. Water wraith. Inedible. An odor causes mass hysteria, followed by leg spasms and internal thunderings. Smoky frog. Egg tastes best when smoked. The flavor of the belly and the head is pleasantly warming. Ancient Sirehound. The ultimate ride, plush and comfortable. I wish I could bring it home with me. Moss. Convenient for procuring ingredients. Compact with a tight turning radius. Red Pikmin. Looks like a picnic carrot. I bet it tastes good, but I'm practicing self-restraint. Yellow Pikmin. When I look at it, all I see is ears. Blue Pikmin. I look at that mouth and want to put my hand in it, just to see what would happen. Rock Pikmin. I think I broke a tooth on one of these. Winged Pikmin. I once had a dream that I was abducted by a winged specimen. Ice Pikmin. A kitchen essential used for freezing ingredients and storing leftovers. White Pikmin. Not meant to be ingested, best used as bait. Purple Pikmin. Very heavy. Tenderizing the meat would be way too difficult. Onion. If you look closely, you'll see its legs are sprouting a dense layer of hair. It has legs? Huh? Flawless. Saute in oil to add a fragrant spice to your dish, but eat too much and you'll smell like it for days. Candy Pop Bud. Way too spicy for a salad, no matter what color bud you use. Palette Posy. On a quest for the perfect hors d'oeuvre, slow cook this plant in a wood fire oven, but be careful to only serve the tender pellet. Burger in Spiderwood. Dry out the fruit and grind into a fine consistency, perfect for adding a touch of spice. Glow Pikmin. Doesn't smell alive. Luminol. Smells a lot like an onion. The green juice is particularly delicious.